Hey guys, Chico&Zeus here. I wanted to show you another one of my latest builds. This is a Ruger 1022 Target version. Originally I bought it a few years ago. It's the 1022 Ruger that everyone knows and loves. Except for this one from the factory, comes with the heavy barrel. It's a .920 inch bull barrel. And it's also a longer barrel. It's 20-inch barrel versus a lot of them come with a 16.2 inch barrel, I think. But it does come with the laminate stock, laminate wooden stock that you see up here. Just wanted to put that in there so you guys could see originally what it looks like, and then also show you all the mods that I've done. So let me get the stock out of the way. It's still a really nice stock. I'm keeping it just in case I ever want to convert it back. But let's look at the stock I have on it now. Alright, this is a Tapco Intrafuse stock for the Ruger 1022. This one in particular is for the heavy barreled model. Like I said, this 1022 came with a heavier barrel, more accurate barrel. The stock is a drop-in replacement, real easy. You take your rifle action out of the old stock. It's basically one screw. It drops right into the new stock, put it back together, and you're done. There was no fitting or anything necessary. It fit really good, and it's very tight. Couple things on the stock. The barrel is actually free-floated. If I zoom this in here, basically this section right here, from here to here, is not touching the barrel at all. So the barrel is mounted in the receiver right here and is free floated the rest of the way. That really helps with accuracy. No, you don't get any barrel harmonics, and I really like it. Okay, in the back of the stock, you can see that it comes with a M4 type collapsible stock, butt stock. Similar to every M4 one, it just slides in and out. I think it's 4 position. Yeah, 5 position. Collapsible butt stock. It rattles a little bit, but so do all M4 stocks that are like that. I'd like to get something that clamps on like a CTR stock, but I haven't measured it to see if it would work on here or not. The grip, the pistol grip, is pretty comfortable. You can see I added the Hogue Handall. I throw it on a lot of my guns. It just helps with the sticky grip with your fingers and your palm. In front of that, it still has a stock trigger. They sell a lot of aftermarket triggers and trigger accessories. The trigger on this one's really actually good compared to some of the 1022s I shot. It's got very little creep and a crisp break. It might be a slight bit heavy compared to a custom trigger, but as far as I'm concerned, it's good enough as it is for now. Like I said, I haven't shot the gun that much. 22, I don't shoot around that much 22s, but I've got a couple hundred rounds through her, and it's very consistent trigger pull on it, so I'm happy with it. I do not have, they sell a couple other accessories right here, but I don't have them yet. One thing I would like to get is the extended mag release. Right now the mag release is up inside here. You got to push your finger up inside this area, and that would release the mag. They sell an extended one that comes down. Haven't picked one up yet, but it's another option I'm looking at. The gun is safe right now. I'll show you guys. The safety's on. There's nothing in the chamber. The mag does have rounds in it, just because I want to show you the mag. We'll talk about that next. This is a MWG. I don't remember what that stands for. It's like Midway Guns, I believe. I may be wrong, but it's MWG for sure. This is their 50 round Teardrop magazine. I'll go ahead and take that out just to show you. Basically, it's a belt feed magazine. You can see the belt goes around like this, and it holds 50 rounds. It's nice and compact. They do make some other magazines that are 50 round mags for the 1022, but they're drum magazines and they stick out quite a bit. This magazine, it takes a little bit of time to load, but it's not that bad. It basically pops open. There's a tool inside here. It's like a T-handle. You can see it right here. It stores inside the magazine. That locks into the pulley right here, and you just crank it all the way around, load all your rounds, and then the rounds hold it in the open position, and then you just store the T-handle back inside. I've been pretty happy with it. It's had a couple jams. I don't know if it's the magazine or the ammunition. I've been running a lot of cheap stuff, the Federal bulk pack, and like I said, maybe I might have 5 or 6 jams out of a couple hundred rounds, so not too worried about it. Let me go ahead and pop that back in. Okay, ahead of that, on this stock, you can see that it's got a quad rail set up. It's all polymer. You know, I wouldn't rely on it to mount an optic or anything, but flashlight, great. Foregrip, great. Which that gets me to this grip here. This is a Fab Defense. That's F-A-B Defense. This is their T-Pod. It's a pretty cool grip. I picked it up at one of the local gun shows a while back. I put a different screw in here because the one that came with it was really cheesy. But this big wing nut screw, I added that. But it's a pretty cool foregrip, a little long, but the cool thing about it is that it's also a bipod. If I lift it up here, there's 2 buttons on the front. You push those, the legs pop out, and then it spreads apart. So if I wanted to, we can now look at it like that. So pretty good foregrip. It's got slots on each side. I don't know if you can see them, but this panel right here is removable, and then you could put in your pressure pad for a flashlight or laser, and then they lock in like that. The legs for the bipod are adjustable in height. They have 5 different settings, so you can lean the gun to either side depending on your terrain. But all in all, it's a pretty cool bipod. Mainly I would be shooting this off of a bench anyway. It's a really heavy gun with that bull barrel, so I really wanted a bipod option, and this kind of gave me best of both worlds. I got a foregrip and a bipod. As far as the foregrip goes, let me put it back together. Let's see, to put it together, you squeeze it back together like this, push both buttons in the front, and then the legs just slide up and lock in. As far as a foregrip, my only complaint is that it's a little bit wobbly. The hinge for the bipod to work ends up giving it this little bit of play. So I would not recommend this on, you know, anything that you're serious about using it as a vertical foregrip. It as far as vertical foregrip, it's too wobbly in my opinion. All right. Other than that, you can see I've got the pretty decent scope on here. It's a It's a 4x12x40 Bushnell banner scope. Really nice scope. I bought quite a few years ago. When I originally bought it, I think it was $180, but now you can pick them up online for under $100. But still really clear optics, standard crosshair with a dot in the middle, I believe. Not illuminated or anything like that, but it's a nice scope. It's got really nice adjustments for magnification, and then it's also got the parallax adjustment on the front optic to get rid of parallax. Below that, I got my rings. This is my only other complaint with the gun. It came with a dovetail mount, like what on a lot of 22s come with dovetail mounts. A lot of air guns come with dovetail mounts. It's not as big as a Weaver or Picatinny rail mount. So eventually I'm going to upsize that. You can get adapters that clamp onto that dovetail and it'll adapt it to Weaver or Picatinny rail. But right now these are Weaver brand rings, but they're on a dovetail mount. And they're the high-rise ones because I needed to clear the front of the stock here. But they're just clamped onto that dovetail rail, and I wouldn't trust it to be bumped around and used that much. But just for target shooting off the bench, you know, it works good for me. Overall, I really like the gun, the 1022. You know, it's a world famous gun, you know, very reliable. They sell tons of aftermarket parts for the 1022. This is the way I wanted to build mine. And I'm pretty happy with it. You know, it's the scary evil black rifle, but it's also a 22. So ammo's cheap and you can have fun shooting it all day long. You know, everyone likes to shoot it because there's no recoil, hardly at all. And it's pretty easy to shoot. So if you guys have any questions on any of the parts I put on it, or you want to see any more of the videos like this, let me know. Please send in your comments. Other than that, I'll talk to you later. Thanks, guys.